they're a lot smaller than the nylon there, the plastic. So it's going to have a nice, a little bit of softer. It's a thinner sound, right? So go ahead and play the song. That's good. I tell you what, play like you're playing on a hi-hat staccato. There we go. Now, even though he's doing that, it doesn't mean that I can't play with him. We can add layers, right? And then I can play within. And this is where the technique helps with the practice. Because he's playing, and I'm going. And when you're practicing, don't be afraid to sound out what you're playing, because if you can say it, you can almost play, not necessarily, doesn't mean if you can say it, you can play it, but you can, if you can say it, you can memorize it, and then later on you can practice it with your hands. So, and what this is doing, it's creating a pulse that is just constant, and it puts your mind, it's visceral, almost makes them want to move. So for worship, it's nice because it makes you want to dance, but then it makes you want to stand still. So I don't know what to do, and that's what God is. He's captivating. So in a worship song, it's great for that. So it's nice. So now keep playing. Now I'm playing with my hands. See the difference right off the bat. Now it sounds like wood, whereas before it is. So even though this isn't a snare, the congas aren't a snare, these brushes still add almost like it is. If there was no drummer and no hi-hat, you keep playing Derek and then you'll cut out. In that coffee shop, worship set, acoustic in the church. Or on the Cajon. See, it has that nice flat sound like a snare. And then you want to add that bass because we're going through the song. And say, you didn't even have the other drummer and he didn't have the kick. Well, you don't want to just stop right away. You want to kind of simulate in people's mind like you never stop. And with the brush, you can still hit a little bit of the bass. You hear that? Still a little bit of the bass. And I'm a little bit on his hand, yeah. So it's a little different. Now I'm playing with a brush on one hand and my hand in the other, right? So a lot of these things you can do, different things, you have creativity there. So, it's really kind of just thinking out of the box. Again, you guys probably saw me picking this little doohickey up. My dad made this. Let's see if anyone can guess what it really is.
Seat cover.
That's very creative. No. It does kind of look like seat cover in your car. A what? A what? Say that again. A back massager. Well, it probably would feel good. Go ahead and hit like this. Yeah, actually it does feel really good. But no, it's not a back massager. It's actually, it was a mat on the kitchen table that you buy in the store. My dad, I had like 3 or 4 of them. My dad took it apart and he rewired it. And I didn't even think to put it around my shoulder. I put it on the stand, or I used to put it on the drum like this, and then I had an extra staccato for those songs. You can play that song real quick. See, it has a nice sound because the wood, the little pieces are hitting on each other. This wasn't bought in the music store. It was bought, if I'm not mistaken, at Target. So, and then pieced together. So, I really should patent all this. The stream live is probably too late now.
Streaming live.
This is why I should be endorsed, right? Because you're gonna take my thing and innovate it. Hey, we'll see this at the next NAMM show. So, with somebody else's logo on it. No, so putting it right here. Now, any like bluegrass style song? Like, let's play something like Especially for those of you that like to redo the hymns, redoing the hymns and stuff. Woo! know? And as a percussionist, that's the great thing, is that's why we're working on the timing, working on the technique, then we can start doing what we want to do, you know? I have another very interesting instrument here, talking about that being creative. You hand me that. Now, they actually have drums like this manufactured. The Hank drum, Happy drum, it actually is Happy drum, it's H-A-P-I. But, and other kind, of course, the hang drum, which I would love to get my hands on one. But this was and you guys could probably, some of you probably know right off the bat what this was. It's like a little propane tank. It's actually a Freon tank, but it has a great sound. Let's see if we can mic it up. Where do we have the, 510.
1228.
All right. There we go. Cool. All right, let's see how this is going to work. I didn't play this with a new song. But just for creativity, let's play that song that All My Fountains that we were doing. So I can almost, as I start practicing now, I'm not just a percussionist. I'm now with a keyboard player, especially if I got it in the right key, you know? So, you know, you really want to think, too, not just as a drummer, yeah, you're a drummer and it is music, but not just in the sense of patterns, per se, like a beat, you know? 4/4, 3/4, 2/4, 5/8, 7/8, and whatever else time signature you're playing. But you also want to think of